Good evening. How are you guys? Happy Thursday. Can we say Friday? I'm excited for the weekend. Don't know about y'all. We have some yard work planned, so that should be fun. Um, I just want to first off and say that Success is a Choice, this book, the first two chapters, who else feels like that was like a full-on boost of just straight pure energy? Like it was amazing. I kept reading last night and kept on and kept on. I didn't want to stop. So I'm halfway through chapter 3. I'm real proud of that. Anyway, so me and Miss Madeline, we are going to share in asking some questions and just kind of see what you guys thought. I love how many quotes he references from different people. And I don't remember who in the group said that they highlighted everything. Girl, same, all same. I have all the highlighters. Relatable. So, first question that I have, and it makes total sense. You don't want to harp or you don't want to focus on a weakness. To me, that slows down progress. So I love his question of how do you manifest? How do you strengthen your strength? So my first thing that comes up to mind is one of my strengths is communicating with people and connecting with people. So I'm just curious, what are y'all's strengths? What would you consider to be a strength of yours, and how do you steward it well? How do you protect it and grow it? And don't let me hang in. I'm gonna pull a
There's a lot
Christine
of
and start
No,
questions
I'll
talking.
that
say
one.
something just so you're not left hanging. First of all, I'm an idiot that got in the swimming pool with my son who's super cute, and that's why I look like this. But it was so cold. Just let me say that. But I would agree with you that you are absolutely great at connecting with people and those relationships, like no doubt. Um, I feel like I'm also like that too. Like I will talk to anybody in the grocery store, anybody anywhere I go. It gets on my family's nerves, but so I think that we have that in common. Oh,
Oh yeah.
Dusty just walked in the kitchen and said word.
Hey, Dusty. Yeah, my mama used to call me her social butterfly. She'll never meet a
Yep.
stranger. So that was something that I carried on. I'm a people person, love them well. So
I
Right,
think
girl.
that can make you guys a lot of money. Being able to connect. So I think communicating and connecting are two different skills. And I think sometimes they don't always go hand in hand. I do think both of you connect very well with others. And I think both of you can communicate. You both can take something that feels complex and break it down. I've seen that in both of you. But not everybody who talks a lot is a good connector. So I think those are two separate skill sets. I'll tell you something that I am, one thing I'm good at is executing. Like I am an executor. That is one of my top strengths, is getting something done. Make a decision, take action, let's go. One thing I'm not good at is empathy. And I think the most free I ever felt in my business was when I realized I don't have to be the most empathetic person. I don't have to be the person that somebody comes to for the gentle back rub and like I can encourage. It's a skill I have to work on, but I don't have to learn to grow in empathy. I have to learn to be aware of the fact that I lack it so that I can be intentional to provide it when I have to. But I'm way more likely to serve you guys well if I stay in the strength of execution. What do we need to do to get the job done? So yeah. What else? Who else?
I guess for me, I do like communicating, like writing and speaking and things like that. I think writing more so. And I can be very passionate about topics. So wellness, I'm very passionate about things like that, helping people. So I think that's definitely one of my top strengths.
I love it. I love it. Anybody else have a strength they want to tell?
I think,
My-
oh, sorry, go ahead. Who was that?
No, you're good. Go ahead.
I was gonna say maybe it's not necessarily a strength, but I enjoy social media. It wasn't last month, it was the month before. All of my joins came from my social media presence. So it's something fun for me to do. So I'm not really sure if I'm necessarily great at it, but I think that's one of my strengths.
let me tell you, can I interrupt? Social media, so that would be like a skill or a talent. You are excellent at it. I think the strength, Madeline, that you have is you are fun and warm. And that's why I think your content lands the way it does. People want to be in your space because of your energy. So you tend to be very optimistic. Like in your world, it literally is unicorns and rainbows. Like you just are gonna find Emily Hawes is the same way. She's the same flipping way. And I think that's why her social media does what it does too. So yeah, I definitely think optimism is a massive strength of yours. There's no way you could ever be like an Eeyore personality, a melancholy. You wouldn't make it that way. Sheena, what do you say to somebody that's over there thinking, I don't have a clue what my strength is? I don't have a clue. You would be surprised how many people would say, I don't know what I bring to the table. What do they
Oh,
do?
Lord.
You said that.
Huh?
You said that.
I don't know.
I heard him call you out.
Yeah, he did. He straight up, and I've snapped it. I'm like, I'm not muted there, guy. Shut the front
I love
door.
y'all.
Goodness.
So I would say this is okay. So this is I'm one of those that's like, oh God, I don't know my strengths. It freaks me out to sit there and make a list. One thing I can tell you that I get a lot is like when I'm at the grocery store, or when I'm anywhere, I make eye contact with people. And I don't feel like I take advantage of like in-person type things a lot. And I think that I'm not taking advantage of something that I do well. So because I make eye contact, I smile. So I talk to people a lot. So what I will tell you that this taught me is that I tend to shy away from things that I consider my strengths and try to work on things that I need to work on instead of doing what I do well and doing it. Does that make sense?
And to me, it does. And one thing sitting here thinking about it is what brings you joy. If
Oh.
it's connecting with people, if it's posting on social media, if it's making eye contact, if it's
Yeah.
just casual conversation, just being kind. What is something, just wanting to help somebody, what brings you joy? That's what pops in my mind.
Oh, I love that.
Nancy, you always just feel so warm and comfortable and down to earth, and just, I don't know, you just have like a quiet strength to you, and you have a poise. So I just feel like those are strengths that you have, and that is magnetic in its own way.
Well, that is just really sweet. I'm going to write all that down so that I can have it.
I would agree.
Nancy saved me in
I
this
would
one up here
agree.
in Clutch in the airport coming back from Punta Cana. We got frustrated and somebody told us to turn around. We missed the way we were going and we turned around, went to walk all the way back down. And she was like, hey, youngins, kiddos, where are we going? We're going this way. Come on. And I'm just like, thank you, Mama Nan. I was ready to murder this one.
You're so welcome.
All right, Miss Madison, or I keep calling you Madison. I'm sorry.
I respond to Madison. It's close enough.
He's in the whole car. I apologize. So
It's good. Okay, so our
ahead.
next question. Maxwell said, when people achieve great things, others often explain their accomplishments by simply attributing everything to talent. So my question is, why do we think people do that?
Can you repeat that? I think my internet was cutting out. It sounded
Yeah.
like Charlie Brown's teacher.
Oh, sorry. When people achieve great things, others often explain their accomplishments by simply attributing everything to talent.
Because they don't want to admit that people work for
Mhm.
what they get.
It's a way out. It's an excuse for, well, I couldn't do that because I don't have that talent versus
Right,
I couldn't do that because I'm not willing to work for it.
right.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say that it's definitely an easy way out for sure.
I remember when Misty went, I think she like ranked back-to-back months or something. And somebody made the comment of, she's just that because she's so outgoing, and she is outgoing. And I loved Misty's response. She said, it doesn't have anything to do with me being outgoing. It has to do with the fact that I went in my friends list from A to Z. And like she told them how many messages she had been willing to send out that month and the month before. And it really just kind of made them take ownership of the fact that she might have this talent, but they can't really decide if it was the talent, which I don't believe, I mean, like Max was, that's not what it was, but they don't really have enough evidence to decide, is it the talent or the effort? Because they didn't do the effort. It's just so much easier to say, well, it's because I don't have that talent, or I don't have that skill set, or I don't have that. A lot of the times it'll be circumstance too. People will assume that because someone has a different circumstance, that's why. And like they said, it's just to explain away why they don't.
Yeah. I'd agree with that. That's exactly what
All right. So question number 3 we have is, how are you utilizing your talents in this business with Plexus specifically? That's one thing we all have in common, is we're all business owners with Plexus. So how are we utilizing our talents in this business? And the first question that comes to my mind is, what action steps are we taking to grow and to strengthen? So it's the non-negotiables. What are we doing every single day to push the needle forward? What are we doing to encourage ourselves? What are we doing to pull us out of that brain fog and that discrediting little devil that likes to sneak in and tell you you can't do this? Because I suffer from that. But what is something that what are the non-negotiables that pushes the needle forward?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. So I'm probably one of the longest with Christina off and on. And I 100% believe you have to do the things. We can read all the books, listen to all the podcasts, we can do all the book studies, we can do all the team calls. I had no issues doing all of those, but you have to do the things. My talent, one thing that I know I'm talented in, that I'm good at, I'm smart. I know I'm smart. I know health stuff, but I'm scared. And that has been my biggest issue for the last, 7 years, is I'm scared. And you have to overcome. I'm a good public speaker. I don't like social media, but you have to do the things. To get the things, you have to do the things. And every single time, because Christina has stuck with me the whole time, been so supportive, so accountable for me. And every time I come back, I show that I can do it, and then I get scared. And so that is one of the biggest things that I would tell anybody, is you have to do the things. You can do all the extras, and all the extras will be great, and you will grow as a person, and you'll get smarter and you'll get wiser. But if you want to grow a business, you have to do the things.
Amen. That's a t-shirt. My husband said that's a t-shirt. You got to do the thing.
And I think it goes to show success happens twice, y'all. Every time you ever see somebody accomplish something massive, they decided first in their brain to do it. I mean, if you look at Emily going Sapphire, Haley going Sapphire, like any of those things, they decided, I'm doing this. It wasn't that it just worked out nicely. Like they blood, sweat, and tears, sacrifice, blah, blah, blah. They decided first. Nobody just stumbles upon an amazing accomplishment. You can stumble upon a mediocre accomplishment, but if you want to like make waves and make change in your life, you have to decide to do it first. And it looks like in your brain, like come hell or high water, no matter what I have to learn, endure, overcome, no matter what, I'm doing that. I always tell the baby story on the interstate. If your kid's on the other side of that interstate and there's traffic, no matter what, you're getting over there. No matter how many semis are there, no matter how many motorcycles zoom by, no matter nothing, you're gonna get to that youngin' on the other side of the interstate. And that's how sure you have to be about what you decide. So success happens twice.
I love it. Love, love, love it. Anybody else? All right, Miss Madeline. I'm gonna start calling you Maddie.
Hey, that works too. Maddie's good. Okay, so our next question is chapter 2 is all about belief. So he said there was research done at a major life insurance company. And they found that the salespeople who expected to succeed sold 37% more insurance than those that didn't expect to succeed. So how does that relate to us in our business?
I mean, this business, I feel like it's even more so than other businesses and traditional businesses. If you do not believe, you will not succeed. I don't care how talented you are in network marketing, you're not going to succeed if you do not believe in yourself. Because this is far more focused on your belief in what's possible, your belief in yourself, your belief in your company and your products, than a 9 to 5 where if I clock in and semi do the things, I can make it from point A to point B. In this company or in this business, should I say, like, no one else is going to, you're not clocking in and out and just getting a check. Like, you actually have to believe in what you're doing to accomplish something.
I would agree with that. And all it takes is, one person making a negative comment on a post or a family member saying something. And if you don't have the strong belief in, yourself, network marketing, products, all the above, it's super easy to stop. So yeah, so you have to have that strong belief in order to keep going. And, she said, nobody else is making your paycheck, is paying your bills, is doing all the things. So you got to keep going. So that's my thought.
You got to be passionate about what you do, because passion, like Christina said, that's what drives people. That's what pushes the needle forward. That's what makes you money. You got to be passionate about it. You got to believe it. You got to stand by it. You got to 100% have its back. I love that question. Is it my turn?
Yes.
All right. So what are you choosing to believe in? With all that said, what are you choosing to believe in? What are you capable of obtaining? Because the success is a choice, just like the book says. What are you choosing to believe in? I have struggled with that belief past couple of months, just because, I hit silver, and then I hit senior silver, and then I hit gold, and I'm like, and all three were fast start. And I'm like, okay, I'm doing these super early, everything's rocking and rolling. And then boom, I hit a wall. And I was looking at myself, what am I doing wrong? In December, I didn't do the things. I didn't message people like I was supposed to. I let outside interference mess with me. So now I'm pushing for senior gold. I've been able to maintain, I'm still working the business every month, but I'm going for senior gold, and it's going to happen. But what are you choosing to believe in? I'm choosing to believe in that I'm 100,000% capable, that I can do this, and I can change lives, and I can build a team, and I can create leaders, because Christina made one out of me. I just have to look back and go back and read messages if I have to. How does she do it? What does she say to me? And it was more or less of her just being a friend. And it's not the fact that we've known each other for 20 years. She just chose to believe in me that much and love me enough to just show me the light. And I chose to walk through the tunnel. So what are you choosing to believe?
And I think it's easier to do the things if you believe you're going to succeed. And if you don't, it's harder to do the things, which is a little bit, one of my things I'm working on. But yeah.
And so here's what I
Absolutely.
would say to that. If other people are doing the things, and he's already said we can't attribute their success to talent, then therefore we have to believe that it's possible for us to. If it's not talent or dumb luck, and other people have done it, then we have to assume we can too. I mean, it goes back to that 4-minute mile. We're not even asking people to be the Roger Bannister, like the one person to create the belief. It's already been done multiple times over and over and over again. If we're talking about building this thing. So if it's not their talent or their natural gifting, but effort and applied knowledge, then therefore it has to be able to be done. And so just having that conversation in your brain, because here's the thing, you guys, even those of us who are where you aspire to be, we have the same negative self-talk. We have the same negative self-talk. Like if I'm thinking about, okay, I want to be in that 7-figure room, and then I look around at people like Eric Worre, and I'm like, okay, Melanie Mitro looks like a freaking Barbie doll. I can't do like we have the same things, but it's going back and going, okay, wait a second. It's not because of Melanie being beautiful. It's like, what is it because? It's because of effort, applied knowledge. Okay, can I do those things? Yes, I can. So just having that conversation all the time, taking those other thoughts captive and then replacing them with what is actually true and measurable.
Absolutely. And I love to humanize the fact the simple that even in Melanie Mitro, she may look like a Barbie doll, but she still got up every single morning with having no makeup on her face. You know, she still had to pick out a wardrobe. She still had to do all of these things. She had to make herself look presentable. You got to show up.
So pajamas is not like good or not good? Did she ever walk around town in pajamas?
You are not, I don't know that they are pajamas. And I love that you call them pajamas because I call them pajamas.
Yeah. What is pajamas anyway? Because you're from
Thank
Georgia.
you.
Last I
Thank
checked.
you. I'm glad I'm not alone.
Pajamas.
I'm the only one that thought she was saying it wrong.
Nobody says pajamas?
No.
No.
Oh, Madeline does. Okay.
From Indiana.
I just say it PJs. I don't even say the whole word.
Well, if PJ.
I can get behind that, Nancy.
Jammies, people say jammies, so pajamas. They don't say jammies. Do you say jammies? No.
It is jammies. It is jammies, and I don't
Mark.
know why it's pajamas instead of pajama, but it just did.
Interesting. I didn't know. Man, who knew? I have to go ask Siri how to pronounce it. I'll let y'all know.
Please
Okay,
do.
sorry, girls. Okay, I'm muting again.
We have one last question. What do you do, or what can you do to build your belief in yourself, the business, or the products?
Well, you can stop listening to your stupid thoughts and start talking to yourself in a positive way, honestly. Only you can control what you think. I learned that here. Only you can control what you think, and you just have to tell yourself to shut up sometimes.
Preach, sister. Like Christina said a long time ago, the problem 90% or usually 100% of the time is between your ears. Mind your mind. As soon as you don't mind, it don't matter.
So when we did the book club, Get Out of Your Head by Jenny Allen, there is a Bible study that goes along with that. And it's fabulous. And the thing is, Jess is exactly right, Diamond Docs. But if Paul can find joy in a jail cell, that is the biggest indicator that your thoughts matter. And, how many times in the Bible does it say to guard your thoughts? Because, like Michelle says, what's in your thoughts is in your hearts, what's in your hearts is in your actions. So you have to guard your thoughts and spiral up versus spiral down. Because if we spiral down, that's going toward the devil, and that is telling lies and things that are not true. So we have to, just spiral up, go toward the truth. And the truth is that we are in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing. But that's all doing. It's got to be action.
Absolutely.
100%.
I want to throw this last little bit in here. And I highlighted this and I even drew like exclamation points on the page just because it struck me last night. Page 19, the very last section of the chapter. And it says, live the life you were meant to. Try to see yourself as you could be, and then do everything in your power to believe that you can become that person. That is the first important step in becoming a successful person. So affirmations, dry erase markers and bathroom mirrors, front page of your calendar, get the screen, your home screen on your cell phone, home screen on your desktop, on your laptop, whatever it needs to be. Plaster that belief everywhere. Feed yourself with positive thoughts and build yourself up, straighten that crown and go do the things and rock it. And I love y'all. Anybody else got anything?
That's a mic drop.
Mic drop.
I underlined that too, friend. Loved it.
Hey, great minds.
Look,
Great.
I live in a house that was built in the 70s and my light keeps turning off when I lean up against it.
I'm gonna need Dusty to
Okay,
fix it.
sorry. I digress.
All right, well, we got is it 3 and 4 next week, Christina? So chapters 3 and 4 next week, same day, same time, 8
Yes.
o'clock.
And encourage your team. If they miss tonight, it's not too late for them to jump in next week. These chapters are super short. So they can catch up, they can watch this recording. They don't even have to watch the recording. They can just jump in. Anytime that you can get your team plugged into the culture here, what it does is it buys time. Eric Worre says, if you can buy time for someone to stay in and have some reason to, get roots in, you would be surprised. That makes all the difference in the world. So encourage them to come be a part of this next week. Girls, y'all did a great job leading. I know it's so nerve-wracking to kick off a book club, but you guys did a great job of bringing great discussion questions and kind of facilitating. So thank you guys so much. Appreciate it.
You're so welcome.
See y'all next week.
Right. Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, everybody.
Yeah.
Madeline, I